Today there were two conflicting stories in the media about the same subject. One was by an ITV journalist who was doing I suppose again, a hit piece on what the media calls conversion therapy, which to me is just biblical Christianity. It's the idea of discipleship and dying to self, and that people can change their lifestyles and live in a different way. That's really at the heart of what the Christian gospel is about. It's a change of life. So the ITV journalist was taking great exception to the idea of dying to self and taking great exception to the idea of discipleship. And that's very worrying, because discipleship and dying to self are at the very, very heart of Christianity. The very, very heart of what it means to be a Christian, that you have to sacrifice things that you may hold very, very dear, and even lose people that you love to follow God and to follow Christ. That is one of the hardest parts of Christianity, but it is a part of Christianity. And if the media, and particularly left-wing media that we've just been talking about, the left-wing media at ITV, are now against discipleship and against dying to self, then they are pitting themselves completely against God and against the Bible. So that was one story. And then there was another story in the Daily Mail that Milo Yiannopoulos has announced he's no longer gay, and he has gone through what he's calling conversion therapy. Like I say, I've never come across conversion therapy in all the time I've been in the church. The reality is, if somebody takes the Bible seriously and is trying to live a godly life, their life will change and they'll live different to how they lived before. That's just the reality of the situation. And yes, they may, from time to time, not live up to those standards, but they will always come back to God and always come back to what the Bible teaches, and what the Bible teaches is the right way to live. And that affects every area of life, whether it's lying, stealing, whatever it is that offends God. The Christian will come back and do his best to live a life that is pleasing to God. But now it appears that the liberal elite are even going to go after that. They're going to go after people's personal faith and their personal faith decisions. Of course, Milo won't give two hoots, because he'll just live the life he wants to live and do what he wants to do. But there will be many, many people who will be scared and worried about state and media intrusion into their lives. And I think that's a very, very dark day, because my very, very honest opinion is what people do in the privacy of their own homes, what people do with other people, is entirely up to them. But at the same time, those very people who, if they're going to live in a certain way, that's their choice, should not judge people who become Christians and change their way of living and live in a different way. That's surely what a pluralistic society is about, where people can live their own lives without interference from the state, or without bullying and intimidation from the media and from social media. But that seems to be sadly not the case anymore. Increasingly, we're told how we should live, and increasingly there is a new religion out there, this religion of wokeness, which is really just communism dressed up in a different box. And of course, at its heart is a renunciation of everything that is traditional, everything that is conservative, and everything that is Christian. Well, if you're a Christian, you better get ready to stand against this, because the time's going to come when it's going to be a very, very costly thing to stand for what you believe in. See you all soon.